Well, welcome to this week's exclusive Phoenix news here on Phoenix TV. And, we've got a number of things to talk about this week. We've got the end of season awards evening to tell you about. We've got a very, very special shirt raffle happening on this Sunday's game against the Newcastle Vipers. More of that in just a moment. We preview the two weekends games, two tough games for the Phoenix, away to Sheffield and then at home against Newcastle on Sunday. And we can give you a little bit of a hint about the season ticket details for next season as well. And a very special evening coming up for our junior under-18s team as well. But let's start at the top with the end of season awards evening. Full details will be published in the match night programme on Sunday and also very shortly on the Phoenix website. But suffice it to say that the Cresta Court Hotel in Altrincham on Thursday, March the 27th, is the venue. It's going to be about a 7:30 start. All the Phoenix Senior Elite League squad will be in attendance, as we've got a number of awards to present, 4 of which, of course, are being voted for directly by you, the Phoenix supporters. They are the Defenceman of the Year, the Forward of the Year, the Young Player of the Year, and, of course, the Supporters Player of the Year. Just keep sending your votes in. Get the voting slips at the rink on game night. Fill them in with your 4 nominated names, or however many nominated names you choose. Who's to say that you might not put 2 names down for one category. And just simply drop your name and phone number on the back and then hand them back in before you leave the rink on game night. Because the last time to vote, of course, will be on the last home game in the regular season. That's March the 16th, when Phoenix entertain the Edinburgh Capitals. The votes are coming in thick and fast on game nights, and it promises to be a very special evening for you, the supporters, and indeed the players who will be honoured that evening in the Cresta Court Hotel. Don't forget, Thursday the 27th, full details in the programme and on the website very, very shortly indeed. Now, this coming Sunday, when the Phoenix host the Newcastle Vipers, we have got a very, very special shirt raffle for you. We were going to do a game-worn Derek Campbell shirt, as obviously Campbell will be in the building with the Newcastle Vipers. But this weekend, across the country, throughout the BMI Baby Elite League, the home team club captains, every game, will be wearing a very, very special commemorative shirt. The shirts have been commissioned by Ice Hockey UK in conjunction with the BMI Baby Elite League to commemorate 100 years of ice hockey in the UK. A fantastic history of ice hockey in this country. Of course, Great Britain, if you're not aware, were world and Olympic champions back in 1936. There really is a tremendous history of ice hockey within these shores. And to mark the occasion, all the club captains, as I said, will wear a specially commissioned shirt. This truly is a one-off shirt. Scott Bassett will wear it on Sunday against the Newcastle Vipers. We're going to raffle it that evening, and literally it will be straight off the player's back to the winner of that raffle. Although, of course, if you choose to ask us to wash it for you before you take it away, we can do that. It won't be washed right there and then, but we can have it washed and get the shirt to you. But it truly is a one-off Scott Bassett shirt for the night, and the proceeds from the shirt raffle will go to help the Great Britain programme, so it's all in a tremendously good cause. This very, very special one-off shirt raffle, so get to the rink early on Sunday and get your tickets bought. That promises to be a very, very special prize for somebody indeed. Now, the weekend's games, of course, Saturday sees the Phoenix on the road against the Sheffield Steelers. Sheffield, who've still got hopes of lifting the BMI Baby Elite League title, although Coventry are still the odds-on favourites to do that. The Steelers, though, are in a fine vein of form at the moment. They've won 8 of their last 9 games. But, of course, they'll think back a little bit to the last time the Phoenix were in the Hallam FM Arena. If you remember that, it was a glorious evening for the Phoenix, as we won 4-0 on that occasion. Scott Fankhauser gets in the shutout, and the Phoenix were simply dominant that night. But that was probably the kick in the pants that the Steelers need to set them off on the run of form that they're currently enjoying. But the Phoenix will go there in good heart following the victory last Sunday against the Edinburgh Capitals, and it promises to be another cracking game in the Hallam FM Arena. It's a 7 o'clock face-off on Saturday night, and if you can be there, well, cheer on the Phoenix against our closest rivals, the Sheffield Steelers. Then on Sunday, it's back to Altrincham, and the third visit of the season for Rob Wilson and his Newcastle Vipers. The Phoenix went up to Tyneside last weekend, and at 2-2 at the end of 40 minutes, we were well in the game. But Newcastle, I think they came out to bully us a little bit in the third period, and it did kind of put the Phoenix off the game. And things did get a little bit tetchy throughout. Andre Payet, who else, seemed to be having a war of words right throughout the third period with Luke Stauffacher. And then right at the end, there was a little bit of pushing and shoving. There appeared to be a bit of a stick throw and a bit of a spearing that referee Andy Carson didn't actually report. So a little bit of bad blood at the end of the game. Who knows whether that will spill over into this coming Sunday's game when the Vipers are in our building. It's our building again. We're still looking to take sixth place in the table. We're tied on points with the Cardiff Devils. So it's all to play for this weekend for the Phoenix, away to Sheffield, and then at home, as we said, on Sunday, the night with that very special shirt raffle. Now, season ticket details for 2008-2009 are being finalised as we speak. And all the information, hopefully, will be published, if not by the weekend, very, very early next week. And, well, we're very confident that the packages we're putting together and the pricing strategy that we're going to use for season 2008-2009 will be well received by you out there, the supporters. One thing we can tell you right off the bat, right here and now, there are no price increases at all for the Manchester Phoenix tickets next year. Not one price will go up. And in fact, well, if you hold on to your hat, hold on to your seat, there could well be some reductions in a number of areas, which hopefully will encourage more and more people not only to partake in season tickets, but also more and more people to come along and enjoy Phoenix ice hockey. Right now, it is the cheapest sporting ticket in Manchester. We're cheaper than rugby, both codes, league and union. We're cheaper than the Speedway, and it goes without saying that ice hockey is considerably cheaper than watching Premiership football. And the deals that we're putting together, and we hope to finalise this week, ready for next week, will see us as probably the most exciting pricing package in professional sport in the Greater Manchester area. More of that, though, on the website in the programme, and probably coming out by email to everybody that we've got on the database as well. Now, looking forward to Saturday, March the 8th. It's the visit of the Coventry Blaze that evening, but prior to the game, there's going to be a very, very special presentation on the ice. As everyone is now aware, or everyone should be aware, our under-18 team have clinched their divisional championship, and we will be honouring the team that evening ahead of the game against the Coventry Blaze. All the under-18 team will be there, including their coaching staff and management, and we plan to honour that with a trophy presentation and a lap of honour, and it should be a very, very special evening for the under-18 team. As you know, they clinched the championship in Sheffield a couple of weekends ago. They then went and won in Billingham again last weekend with a short bench squad. They've got one game left in the regular season, which is the following night, which is March the 9th, when they travel to Solihull. And should they win in Solihull, that will be a 100% winning record for the season. So hopefully the celebration we'll have for them on the Saturday night prior to the game against Coventry will send them down to Solihull in good heart for that game. One other thing before we wrap up this edition of Phoenix TV News, the Phoenix trip to Cardiff on Saturday, March the 15th, because of the Rugby International that's being held at the National Stadium just across the bay from the ice rink. The game has been put back to a 7:30 face-off on the Saturday night. It was originally 7 o'clock. The face-off will now be 7:30 in Cardiff. So if you're travelling, you've got a little bit extra time to get down to Cardiff for that game. Cardiff actually asked us, would we put the face-off back to 8 o'clock? And we politely declined that opportunity because it would mean that supporters and indeed the team would not be getting back into Manchester until the late early hours of the Sunday morning. So we asked them to leave the face-off at 7:30. The Devils have agreed, so that is now cast in stone. 7:30 face-off, Saturday, March the 15th in Cardiff. Well, that's about it for this wrap-up here on Phoenix TV News. Don't forget the weekend's games away to Sheffield on Saturday, and then 5:30 as normal on Sunday in the Ice Dome in Altrincham, the visit of Rob Wilson and those nasty Newcastle Vipers. Look forward to seeing you there then. Cheers.